Good evening. That worked out better than last meeting. Thank you very much. I'd like to welcome you to the special meeting of the Willoughby East Lake Board of Education. Mr. Tarnello, can you please call to order?
Mr. Eady?
Here.
Mr. Roskis?
Here.
Mrs. Menser?
Here.
Mrs. Bear?
Here.
Mr. Boxler is absent. We do have a quorum.
Okay. We'll move on to item 2A, approval of agenda. Do I hear a motion to approve the agenda?
Madam President, I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Thank you, Mrs. Menzer. Do I hear a second?
Madam President, I will second that.
Thank you very much. Floor is open for discussion. Hearing none, Mr. Tarnello?
Mr. Eady?
Yes.
Mr. Roskis?
Yes.
Mrs. Menser?
Yes.
Mrs. Bear?
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0.
We'll move on to item 3A, board members' business, resolution to censure. Do I hear a motion to approve item 3A, resolution to censure?
Madam President, I will make a motion to approve item 3A, resolution to censure.
Thank you. Mr. Roskis, do I hear a second?
Madam President, I'll second that motion.
Thank you, Mrs. Menzer. The floor is open. So the recommended action of the resolution to censure is, may it be resolved upon the recommendation of the board that the resolution to censure board member William Boxer be approved. Prior to voting on that, and the resolution to censure is there, the board has comprised a statement. I apologize, I forgot my water today. The board strives to quickly address concerns from the community. We would like to address many of them today. First, the board understood the importance of immediately addressing concerns mentioned at our meeting on Monday. The board had previously scheduled, prior to being informed of those concerns, an executive session. We were awaiting findings from an investigation, which was ongoing, and our legal counsel was provided the final draft at the end of last week. Monday was the first time our board had an opportunity to openly discuss and become informed on the incident and the findings. Today's meeting was unanimously agreed upon to schedule by the board on Monday. We scheduled it for 4:30. There are many reasons for that. One, we have a newly revised policy, which was revised at the board's request to ensure that all special and regular meetings are live streamed and recorded. This ensured our community would have access to the meeting. Two, we wanted to be considerate of our staff due to the quick turnaround of the time of the meeting. We wanted to ensure that our IT and administrative teams could be present to ensure we could fulfill that policy obligation. Three, each board member is employed full-time. We have families and obligations that we must consider when scheduling meetings. Had we not met tonight, we couldn't have collectively met until next week. That was too long to wait, and we knew we wanted to act quickly. Today was the day and time that worked best. Lastly, public comment was not offered today. It is a special meeting and therefore optional. Due to family constraints for our children, many of us need to leave today by 5:15. Please understand, we are not full-time district employees. We are finding compromise in our schedules to ensure that we quickly address in a timely manner and in a transparent manner everything with our community with regard to the district. Public comment will be offered at our next regular scheduled meeting. We invite the community to join us and share as needed. With regard to concerns that a board member may have broken the law, a thorough investigation was completed by the Eastlake and Willoughby Police Departments, resulting in a determination by both prosecutors that the alleged incidents did not constitute prosecutable offenses, but rather that the matter should be handled internally by the district as an administrative issue. As a result, the board engaged a neutral third party to conduct a full and thorough investigation with regard to the alleged incidents. With regard to concerns that student information was compromised as a result of the alleged incidents, Compliance with student privacy obligations, particularly with regard to FERPA, was one of the focuses of that investigation. The investigatory report indicated there exists no evidence confirming that any student information was accessed. However, the board plans to engage in FERPA training in an effort to avoid any similar circumstances from occurring in the future. With regard to the board's response to the alleged incidents, the board immediately took action upon learning of the potential security breach by doing the following. Immediately upon being notified of a potential breach, the board notified the administration and engaged the district's IT department to remedy the breach, including immediately working with IT to ensure that proper notification and direction regarding securing accounts to prohibit additional access by unauthorized individuals was provided. We contacted PowerSchool. This is our software program which houses student data to investigate and identify any potential breach of student information in order to determine whether any further action was necessary. Additionally, meeting and working cooperatively with the Eastlake and Willoughby police departments, they were immediately notified regarding the alleged incidents, and we accommodated their requests regarding their criminal investigation of the allegations, including temporarily suspending any district investigation at the request of local law enforcement, while determination was made with regard to potential criminal charges. As noted, local law enforcement and both prosecutors determined that no such prosecutable offenses had occurred, and the district, after being notified, continued its investigation with regard to the alleged matters by promptly engaging a neutral third party to carry out the district's investigation. This investigation addressed all allegations, including allegations regarding potential access to student information. As soon as the investigatory report was provided by the neutral investigator, the board met to review the findings and determine next steps. That was Monday. Immediately addressing any future security issues by issuing a board directive. One of the additional steps that the board did to immediately address any future security issues was to issue a directive back in April to our superintendent to immediately enact two-factor authentication, which had not been scheduled to be enacted until August of this year. The board wanted to ensure the security and privacy of student and staff information. Two-factor authentication was quickly turned on and rolled out district-wide. This directive ensured that the protection would be put in place immediately and ensured prevention against additional breaches. With regard to transparency regarding these matters, the board received the investigatory report and immediately scheduled this special meeting to address the results of the investigation. The investigatory report is a public record. However, to ensure full transparency is provided to the community and staff that we serve, the entire 100-plus page report is being posted on the district's website under the Board of Education tab. Anyone wishing to access the report may find it on the district's website at that location. Please contact Mr. Charnello if you have any issues accessing the investigatory report posted on the district's website. We are working to get that up as soon as possible. We have it. Mr. Murphy was just working on ensuring that that was posted as soon as possible. It was just provided to us. It was just redacted in the manner that it should be. Some additional considerations of the board. The board and all of its members fully cooperated from the onset of this investigation. The board has made every effort to be transparent to the extent permitted by law and to provide all necessary information in order to support a full and thorough investigation of the alleged incidents, including through the use of a neutral third-party investigator. The board's efforts have been intended to ensure a full and thorough investigation of the alleged incidents, including any policy violations, and the greatest protection of our students and staff and district from further breaches. Due to the determinations set forth in this investigatory report, the board felt it necessary to censure the actions of a board member. So I'll pause here for a moment for the other board members. Is there anything I have not included to this point that you feel needs to be included?
I think you touched on it at the beginning, that the board as a whole was not privy to all the details of the breach. We were notified that there was a breach. For legal reasons, we did not have all the information until Monday evening.
Mr. Askus, anything?
I don't have anything to add to that.
Mr. Reedy?
One thing, one thing I really would like for the community to understand is there are limitations on what we can and cannot do with a fellow board member when it comes to things like this. And with Monday being the first time that we were able to see the full and complete investigation and report, which again will be provided for everybody to see everything. I highly encourage everybody to review every page of that. And then reach out to us. A lot of communications are going back and forth on various social media pages and sites and stuff like that. I ask you to please email the board instead of hearsay or assumptions or things like that. We honestly want to do the absolute best that we possibly can with the authority that we have or the positions that we have for the students, for the community, for the administration, for everybody. We really, really do. I know I've only been here, geez, this is one heck of a first week, let me tell you. But please, we're not trying to hide anything. This report is long, and there's a lot of information in there. If you have any concerns, please, we have emails. We may not be able individually to respond because the policies and rules that are in place that prevent us from doing so. But we will, as a board, we will respond to your concerns. Just please, you have to bring them to us. And as a parent, I'm upset about this as well. This looks bad on this school board. And for years, there's been mistrust with the school board. And we want to fix that. We really do. So please, give us that opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Reedy. To extend his statement, when you email, just to reiterate a policy, the board president is the voice in response to the community, and therefore it's highly recommended to send it directly to me. I copy the board on every communication, and I respond to every communication. And a response will be made. Based on the volume, I tend to get it to it within 48 hours. However, depending on the volume of emails, it might take a little bit longer. Also, please know that we as a board will protect the privacy of our staff, students, and even individual board members, and will seek legal advisement to ensure that that privacy is provided to them when appropriate and applicable. Anything else before I move on? Okay. Mr. Boxler has provided a statement and, is it good still? Okay. Has provided a statement and has asked me to read it for him on his behalf this evening. Gesundheit. And this is Mr. Boxler's voice. I'm just merely reading it for him. This is not a board statement, it is Mr. Boxler's statement. I would first like to issue an apology to the students of our district. As a member of the Board of Education, I should be an example of what is honest and right with the district. With the best of intentions, I was trying to do what needed to be done. I feel that I have let you down, and for that I apologize. I would like also to say to the staff of our district that I am sorry I let you down. My actions, while not done with any malicious intent, are inexcusable. To the community that elected me, I would also like to apologize. I know you had higher hopes of me, and I did not live up to those ideals. In my future endeavors, I will work diligently to make better decisions. Please do not let my actions carry over to the other members of the Board of Education. Any action I've engaged in was mine alone. To the members of the board that I serve with, I am sorry for putting you in this position. You are all amazing individuals, and it was an honor to serve with you on the board. I hope that the community can put this issue aside and begin to work to support our wonderful students and staff. That is the reason I ran for the school board in the first place, and I feel that we have been constantly stopped and had obstacles put in our way that are out of our control. There are multiple sides to every story, and I hope the community will take the time to investigate it for themselves. Therefore, in order to best serve the district, I hereby resign as a board member effective immediately. In closing, we will leave you with this sentiment. The district has 7,000 plus students strong, with close to 1,000 employees. We represent 7 cities. We know we have a large obligation. We as the board apologize to our families, staff, students, and community for the circumstances that have occurred, and we look forward to continuing to strengthen district security measures and engage as a board in continued opportunities for growth and development. We are an ever-evolving learned group. We are striving to support the excellence exhibited in the actions of our students and staff daily, and will continue to do so in support of the excellence of our district. With that, the floor is open. Okay, hearing no more discussion, Mr. Tarnello?
Mr. Roskis?
Yes.
Mrs. Bear?
Yes.
Mrs. Menser?
Yes.
Mr. Reedy?
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0.
We'll move on to item 4A, adjournment. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Madam President, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Ms. Menzer. Do I hear a second?
Madam President, I will second that motion.
Thank you, Mr. Roskis. We wish you all a wonderful evening.
Mrs. Bear?
Yes, sorry.
Mrs. Menser?
Yes.
Mr. Roskis?
Yes.
Mr. Reedy?
Yes.
We adjourned at 4:48 PM.
Thank you, Mr. Tarnello.